everyone, it's Samantha from Scrapmaster's Paradise, and today I'm going to try to make a process video for you guys. I'm going to be working mostly with this Bluegrass Farm scrapbook kit from Studio Calico. It was the April kit. I know we're into May already, but I was really bad and hadn't even touched this scrapbook kit yet. I'm just picking out a cardstock and then I'm sorting the pattern papers. I decided to use this orange cardstock and I'm just sorting the pattern papers into a pile of which ones I'm going to use and which ones I'm setting aside. I am using a sketch for this layout and I'll try to add that picture of the sketch here. This sketch is a Sunday sketch from Studio Calico. I will link to this blog post in the description below this video, and as you can see, the line of elements is straight down the middle of the layout. I changed it a little bit by using a 4x4 photo and using just the left hand side of the layout, and you'll see I'll add a couple of other elements in with the sketch. I just had this as my inspiration, but I changed it around to make it work for me, and that's what's great about sketches. Now I'm just cutting all my various strips of paper, and I ended up going with one of the pinks and a couple of the yellows and creams, and they just coordinate really nice with this orange bright cardstock. Now I'm just cutting them down. I'm going to stagger them a little bit more than the Studio Calico sketch showed. I really liked the staggering, and I had to go back and add a bigger pink one. It just wasn't big enough, and I'm just going to cut all of these down now. And I did my journaling on the picture, so I'm just going to use the strips down the entire sheet of paper and not leave any room for journaling. In the original sketch there was lines for journaling, and I'm also saving these other strips because I can use them for something else. Now I'm just looking at all the elements, and I really wanted to use one of those patches, but it just wasn't working for me, and there was this little flare that I decided to use, and now I'm going to work on the title here. I'm going to spell out the word smiles, and I really like these kind of transparent letters, and it just took me a second to look through all of them and get out all the letters I needed. And since I'm filming this, I'm being kind of good about cleaning up as I go. Usually I just have piles of stuff sitting on my desk. And now I'm stapling these letters on. I decided to do this instead of mess with adhesive since they are a little bit translucent, and I really like the way the staples look. This is the Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher, by the way. I've got smiles there, and I'm going to write all, A-L-L. I'm using tiny alphabets. I have an organization video showing you how I put all these alphas in my little album here, and I'll link to that video in the description below. So I just wrote all smiles on there. Now I'm going to finish up my journaling, and I did a blog post about how I write on photos. I'll add that to the description below. This was just a picture of Bella and Maya at the vet, and it was their first time seeing our new vet. And the vet actually took this picture and posted it on their Facebook page, so I grabbed it from there. This strip, that's the title, I wanted to pop it up on some dimensionals, but I'm out of the dimensionals, so I'm using the little strip around the dimensionals. I'm just cutting it into pieces. It's still foam adhesive, and it works great, and you use up every last bit of that adhesive sheet. So I just popped that up, and I'm going to continue to glue these down in a staggered fashion on the layout with my ATG gun. I love my ATG gun, but remember to rub over your adhesive to make sure that it gets activated. You want to make sure that adhesive sticks really well. Now that I've got all the paper down, it's time for embellishing, so I added that little flare. It says yay on it. They're actually really excited in this picture because they're getting treats. So I'm writing the date here and where they are, and writing Illinois on here, again with that same journaling pen I talked about in the blog post I linked down below. I'm just trying to get this patch added, and it just would not work. It's too bulky, and it just wasn't going to work with my layout, so I went to my Freckled Fawn April kit and pulled out one of the wood veneers and some of the little epoxy stickers and some little fabric brads. And I turned the light on because the room's getting dark. We're having storms. So I decided to add these little white brads to the pink layers. I'm just grabbing my X-Acto knife to add the holes because these brads always have little flimsy prong pieces, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't bending them around, so I'm just getting them added to there. And I slowed this clip down so you could see I fold the brads over and then I press them down on the paper, and that makes them perfectly flat. I just wanted to show you guys that little trick. I decided to add the wood veneer so it looked like it was draped over two of the little paper strips. It's kind of crooked and I thought it added a little bit of visual interest. And I decided not to use those epoxy stickers. I want to add a couple of tiny embellishment clusters, so I decided to grab these metal tabs and use the cutout pieces that are little star shapes. And I'm going to add some of these all over my layout. And I pulled out a couple of other embellishments now. I planned on having 3 embellishment clusters, and I'm setting all the other little stars aside that I'm not going to be using. And now I'm pulling out some various enamel dots. Some of these are from my mind's eye, some of them are from Studio Calico, and some of them are just adhesive pearls and rhinestones from Stampin' Up! And that's what's in this little plastic baggie. It's just various packs of Stampin' Up! Ones that I've got. And I have to glue down the stars, but of course the enamel dots and stuff have adhesive on the backs. Just making an embellishment cluster up at this top right corner, and then up at the top of the paper strips, and then near the bottom of the paper strips. And having 3 embellishment clusters kind of makes a triangle on the layout, and that triangle kind of draws your eye towards that picture. So I just wanted to add a couple of little things here and there to make the layout more interesting and to draw your eye more towards that picture. Next, I'm pulling out some washi tape from Freckled Fawn, and I just wanted to add a little bit of orange to bring in more of that orange because I didn't have any orange enamel dots. I have a lot of yellow and pink already on the layout, but I needed a tiny bit more orange. So I added a little strip of that, and I was going to add another strip near the bottom, but I decided against it. And here is my finished layout. I'm super happy with how it turned out, even though it was kind of a simple layout. There wasn't a ton of layering, but there was a lot of different patterns and elements in it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. I'm going to try to work on getting more of these kind of videos made since you guys requested a lot of scrapbook process videos. And if there are any kind of tutorials you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments section below what you'd like to see, and I'll try to make some videos for you guys. So be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Those are the social medias that I use the most. And check out my blog daily for more tutorials and projects. I post to the blog every single day with a project or tutorial or something crafty, and a lot of the times I don't have a video to go with it. So if you're not checking the blog also, then you might be missing out on some of my stuff. So be sure to check that out, and I will catch you guys next time. I really hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.